Good afternoon and welcome to Fun Friday. Let me find myself on Facebook. I think am I in my group? I am in my group. So let me go ahead and find myself. It's a couple minutes before 4. So it's one of those things that if you're joining me now and it's, well, you can't skip forward. But if you're finding the replay, go ahead and skip forward a couple minutes. I'm a couple minutes ahead of schedule. But let's see. There we go. Wait a minute. I'm trying to skip so I can see. Let's see. I need to find it. I can't. Lost track of where I can do it so I can see my comments. There I am. Hi, Joan. How are you? Hi, Tammy. Welcome. So it is Friday afternoon, August 23rd. Oops, adjusting my light. And it shook my phone, my camera. Let's see. Oh, you can tell I was. Oh, it looks like I'm crooked. Let me see if I can fix this. Nope, that didn't fix it. All right. There we go. We're a little crooked. I'll just turn my paper so my paper is straight. There we go. So, welcome to Fun Friday. It is 4 o'clock on the dot, so we'll go ahead and get started. Again, my name is Jennie Fetz, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I forgot to mute my computer, so I was hearing an echo. It's not always fun hearing yourself talk. Anyway, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator out in East Contra, Costa County, out in the Brentwood, Antioch, Discovery Bay, Knightson area. And if you are watching, you will see, if you're watching live, you'll see that live button. I can't point out to it. Nope, sorry. I don't know how Patty does it. She does a really good job of being able to find that. But anyway, you'll see the red live button flashing up in the upper left corner. If not, then you are watching a replay, and you can skip through the first couple of minutes, and then we'll go ahead and get started. So this is a little hint as to what DSP we're going to be working with today. Taking to the Sky, we are actually going to be working with the DSP from the Take to the Sky. I think it's the Take to the Sky suite, and it is in our catalog on page, I had it marked. Yep, it's Take to the Sky suite on page 37, and we're going to be using some of this DSP. And I have 2 projects. Like I said, we're going to have twice the fun. Usually I only do 1 project, but we're going to do 2 projects today. Sort of double up since I wasn't here last Friday, and so I'm excited to show you what I've got. Was it last week? I think it was. My friend Patty posted on our group, our Love to Stamp group, a video for a special fun fold. It's called the four-fold hinge shared. Joan, what do you mean by shared? Anyway, oh yeah, what she shared. It's a 4-hinge, four-fold hinged fun fold. And here's what we're going to do today. We're going to make this one today. And I've got an example of another one that I did with a Halloween, and this one's cute, but the one that was originally shared with us looks actually more like this one, but it doesn't have, Joan shared my life. Thank you, Joan. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for sharing. Thanks, Tammy, for clarifying that. I added this to cover up the sentiment that I put in, but the original card, isn't that cute? My daughter just loves the ghost in here, so I think I'm going to have to make something for her. Shh, don't tell her. So anyway, but this was, and it doesn't go all the way across, as you notice. Well, what I did is I did an adjustment so that there is a place to put our sentiment without it being seen right away, as you can see in the card we're doing today. So what I've done is I've extended this hinge all the way out to the edge of the card so that we can have a sentiment in there, but it's not in the area where it can be seen. It's peeking or hiding right under there. So let's go ahead and I'll share with you the stamp set that I'm using. My sentiments from today is the Happiest Day stamp set. We're going to be using Thinking of You Today and Every Day on this card, and then on the second card we're going to be using You're the Best. So let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully I can remember all the steps to this one. I have all my notes written down. There's a lot of different folds and scoring and things like that, but let's go ahead and I'll show you. We start with the card base is 5.5 by 11, and then we're going to score it along the 11-inch side in 4 places. Let me get my scoring tool, my trimmer that also allows us to score. So we're going to use, and if you want to score, you want to use the smaller or the gray, the light gray tool. And we're going to open this up because we have to go out to 7 inches. We're going to score it at, let's see, 1 3/4. Make sure I get this straight. Score it 1 3/4, 3.5, and let's see, 5 1/4. Sorry, I'm concentrating to make sure I get it lined up right. 5 1/4, and then again at 7. And what that does, and I won't need this in, oh, we will need it in a little bit, so I'll set it off to the side. What this does is, it's hard to see on the white paper, but you've got 4 score lines, one here, 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 and here, and then you've got a wider section. This is the card base. So this goes on your right-hand side. The widest part goes on your right-hand side, and you're gonna fold over. Where did I put my bone folder? Oh, there it is. You're gonna fold it over the first and burnish it, and then you're going to fold it again and burnish it. Now, I'm not gonna burnish this one too easily right now. And then you're gonna fold, we'll leave that, and then take this other one, you're gonna fold it backwards and burnish it. We're not gonna fold this middle one yet, and I'll show you why in just a minute. We can fold it a little bit to see the crease, but we're not gonna burnish it too much. All right, now what we've got is, there we go. We're going to use this DSP, and this is from the Take to the Sky DSP, and we're going to use the gray and Night of Navy. I almost said navy blue. Night of Navy, and then we're going to use this one, which is more like the, I want to say it's across, it might be boho blue, but it also reminds me a little bit of Misty Moonlight. Let's see, where's mine? Take to the Sky. It's boho blue. So we're going to use the clouds in this section here in the middle. All right, so let's go ahead and first of all, we're going to cut our DSP for the sides, and we're going to see, maybe make sure I cut this. Let me make sure this is 5.5. Yep, it's 5.5. We're going to cut these 2 pieces of DSP are going to be 5 1/4 by 1.5. Let me see if this is 5 1/4. Nope, that's 6. So we're going to go ahead and cut it down to 5 1/4. I hope you have to hop off. Okay, thanks, Tammy. So have a good afternoon. And yeah, let's see, 1.5. Yes, 1.5. Double checking my measurements. We'll go 1.5 by 5 1/4. We need 2 of those. We're going to go ahead and 1.5 here. And what's cool about this piece is it left us with, it was 4 by 6. So we cut off the end to make it 5 1/4, and then we have 1.5, 1.5, And then this one leaves us with the 1 inch, which is what we need for the hinge. So we'll use all 3 of these in just a minute. And then the inside DSP that we're going to put inside here on this side is our clouds. And what I want to do is this needs to be 5 1/4 by, no, yeah, 5 1/4 by 3 3/4. So we're going to make it 5 1/4. Because this is a directional piece, you want to make sure you cut it at the cut it correctly. So we're going to make it 3 3/4 wide. All right, and the original directions for this fun fold actually didn't have, she stamped a picture of a tree in here, and I actually wanted to put the paper. I liked using the paper, so I had to make some adjustments and discover what that interior was. So now we're going to go 5 1/4. So you can say I cased it, and I forgot the name of the lady that I cased it from. Oh, I will put it on my blog tomorrow. All right, now we're going to score this, and 3 3/4, half of 3 3/4 is 1 5/8. So we're going to go 1 5/8, 4/8, 5/8. Make sure we move the darker blade up so we don't use it. And we're going to score gently, because if you push too hard on DSP, that doesn't feel like it was enough. If you push too hard on DSP, it can actually rip it. So let's go ahead and do it again. That didn't look right. Let's see. Let's see. Do I get this 1 2 3 3/4 and 1 5/8? Oh, I'm sorry. 1 7/8. Oops. Let's see. We'll do this again. 1. That's 1 1/2 is 4/8, 5 6 7/8. Good thing the other one didn't score very well. Oop. So. And I think I may have ripped it a little bit. All right, so we're going to fold this in half. And last thing we're going to do, because I forgot to get it earlier, was we have to cut a piece of, we're going to use our heavy white cardstock. We need the hinge, and the hinge is, let's see, 1 1/4. So we're going to cut this first. 5 7/16. All right, we're going to cut this way. 1 1/4. I thought I had this piece cut already, but for some reason, I think I accidentally grabbed it and used it as a scratch piece for some stamping I was doing earlier. Oops. All right, and that's 5 1/4, or 1 1/4 by 5 7/16. Now, 5 7/16, that's almost to the very 7/16. That's just under 5 7/16. Yeah, 5 1/2 would be 5 8/16. So it's just a little bit under 5 1/2. Now we're going to score this in half, and I didn't write down that is. Yes, it's at 2 3/4. So we're going to score at 2 3/4. Score this one at 2 3/4, and then we're going to take this one, which is the, I think it's 5 it's just under, it's 5 1/4 by 1, and we're going to score it at, what was it? 2 3. 5 7/16. Did I cut this one at 5 7/16? I didn't. I wanted it 5 7/16. No, we're going to just go with this, and we're going to glue it on here and then fold it in half. So, all right. Sorry about that. A little confusing there. All of the directions will, not the directions, but all of the measurements, which is what I'm confusing you guys on right now, will be on my blog tomorrow. So you can catch it there. All right, before we glue this to the inside here, we're going to put a couple of airplanes, small airplanes in our clouds, so they're up in the sky. And here's what I did is I took from the DSP, there was a sheet that looks like this, and it's got all these great airplanes in. And I'm not big on fussy cutting, but I actually fussy cutted out several of the planes to use today, and they actually turned out really cute. So go ahead, and we're gonna put we've got these two bigger ones we're gonna use on another part of the card. Then we've got two smaller ones. We've got really tiny biplanes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my glue dots to attach them, because to try and attach the, put glue on them, it got real messy last night. So I figured we're going to use glue dots this time. So we're going to put a glue dot there. And a glue dot in the back. Thing is once you use the glue dot, once you put it down, you really can't move it. So be real careful about where you want to put it. You don't want to put it on the score mark. So I'm going to put it one over here on this side, and then we're going to go ahead and put them one on the other side so that they're not running into each other, but they're flying in opposite directions. And let's see, one more glue dot there. All right, we're gonna put it right there. All right, now let's put these off to the side, and we're going to glue this. And I must have cut this wrong. So we're gonna go ahead and cut a little bit. Well, I wrote down my numbers wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for that. So we're gonna cut about 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to cut 1/8 of an inch off. I'm going to fold it in half and cut about 1/8 of an inch off either side and see if that helps. I know I'm not going to cut my airplanes off because I put them farther in. Came real close though. Much better. I'm not sure what I measured on that one, but that was weird. All right, let's go ahead and attach this. I'm not sure what you guys are dealing with in terms of weather, but we have a very beautiful, cloudy, cool day today, and I'm loving it. So we're going to go ahead and put this right in the middle so that our score line is in the score line that before, and then we're going to go ahead and down. That's why we didn't want to burnish it too much, because we wanted to be able to put that piece in there. Now we can burnish it. All right. And we'll burnish this again. And we're almost there. Let's go ahead and attach our two pieces of 1.5 by 5 1/4 DSP on either side of that center panel. And then we'll go ahead and continue putting the rest of our card together. So center that within there, and you try and line it up. Because these run right across, I'm going to try and line them up so they are even with the top and the bottom, because they're both 5 1/4 high. All right. This is a fun DSP. I saw it at On Stage, and then I didn't get it right away because it's just, I don't know, there were other things not at a budget, and with the DSP sale going on right now, I thought, perfect time to buy it because I can play with it and I didn't have to pay full price for it because it's on sale. And it's actually still on sale until the end of this month, until next Friday, I think it is. I don't have my calendar here. It's on sale until the 31st. So that's either next Friday or Thursday, I think. So we're going to go ahead and take this one that is 5 1/4 by 1, and we're going to glue that to the inside. Actually, I'm going to just fold it in half real quick so I get a small crease mark. And then add a little bit of glue. And we'll line up that fold. We'll sort of do that. We'll fold them together like that. You know what? I just realized I'm doing it closer to me so I can see and you guys can't see. I apologize. So there is our hinge. And let's go ahead and do this. Now, the best way to attach it is by laying this down, closing up and folding this part up, and then placing it on both sides of the matching DSP. But don't glue anything yet, because you want to make sure that the fold of the hinge aligns with the edge of the card. So we're going to line up the fold right there, and then I'm going to lift this up a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here and glue down. I'll push on it and count to 10. So, all right. And then we're going to take this side, we're going to fold it over, and we're going to put a little glue right here. And then we're going to fold this over and hold it down and count to 10. It was less than 10. I was counting fast. All right. And there is our hinge. Isn't that cool? That is so awesome. I'm so excited about this. All right. So now let's go ahead and attach our planes. I'm going to attach one plane to the outside here. And I think I'll go ahead and use my glue dots again. And let's see, we'll put one glue dot on the bottom. You can see it. We'll put one glue dot down at the bottom. And we're gonna just position them right about there. And then the other one, we're gonna go ahead and put about 2 or 3 glue dots on here in the big areas. And then we're going to put him in our upper right corner of the card. Sometimes I find it's easier when you're using glue dots, rather than trying to take them off, is you open it up, you unroll it to the glue dot that's seen, and then you lay your item on top of it and push down, and then you just slowly peel it off. So we're going to do this. Now, I used regular glue last night, and I had to erase using my my special adhesive eraser to get rid of all the glue that squeezed out. So that's why I'm using glue dots this time. So I've got 3 glue dots, one here, here, and here, and we might be able to squeeze one down at the bottom. Let's see. Be really careful about pulling that one out. There we go. All right, and we're gonna put him right here in the corner. There is our thing, and now we're going to use our saying that says thinking of you today and every day, and we're going to use Night of Navy, and we're going to put it right down here, center it so that it's covered by our hinge, but that we can still put a cinnamon in here. Now, when sending a card like this, I guess the best thing to do is what you could do if you're giving someone this card is if you want to sign or put a note in here, you can always cut a piece of cardstock and put it in here so that they can't see the writing. Let me show you what I mean, because I have a bunch of cardstock that's already cut. You could almost do this and then put a piece of cardstock right here, and then put it in the envelope, and you just cut it so it matches this size of the card. And this size of the card is actually, it's going to be a 4-inch by 5.5 inch. So it's a little bit narrower than most cards, but your standard card, but it's really close. It's only about 1/4 of an inch narrower. So, but there is our first card. It is a 4 folds. 1, 2, 3, 4 folds. Let's count that again. 1, 2, 3, 4 folds. Hinge, and the hinge is here. 4-fold hinge card, and I just think this is great, and I love putting the plane up in the corner. If you wanted to, you could put a couple planes down here if you wanted to fussy cut those, or if you wanted to, you could always use some kind of embellishment to go right here. You know what would look really good with these? I'm going to use them on the next card, so I won't put them on this one. Well, we could. actually. Well, I don't know. These may not show up. But the basic gray and smoky slate pearls might look really good on that. Let's see if these would look good. What do you think, Joan? Should we try it? Should we try them on there? I almost think the smoky slate might look good because it's a little bit lighter and brighter than the basic gray. Let's go ahead and do a couple smoky slates on there. So let's see. We're gonna do. Let's do a big one right up here. I'll do another big one, say right around here. And let's do a couple small ones right there. And you know what? I want to still not leave. Let's go down this way. So we've got our couple of our embellishments on that. Oops, there goes my Versamark, which we're using for the next card. There is our first card. So let's go ahead and move on to card number 2. Let me put everything aside that I don't need, and I'll leave this to the side so we can see it later. And the second card that we're going to do, it's not really a fun fold, but it's funny as I saw a sketch on, I think it's Dawn Stampin with Dawn Stamping. I'll put the link on there too. She's got some awesome sketches with sizes, and then she also has them, they're all in black and white, but then she's also got some examples. And I saw one that she had on there, and this is the card we're going to do, and the layout is similar. She had 3 large circles, or 3 of these circles this size, and her card went all the way over, where I decided to cut it a little bit smaller so that it opens up like this. So let's go ahead and make this card, and I forgot to write down all of the details, so we're gonna see if we can go with it right now, but trust me, it will be on my blog tomorrow. I just noticed a card, it's sitting on my chamois, my simple chamois, and didn't want it to get all wet. So we're gonna go ahead and make this one, and what we do is we start off with and 4 1/4 by 11 Night of Navy, and what we're going to do is we're going to score it at 5 1/2. I'm going to score it at 5 1/2, so that scores the card right in half. Oops. All right, and then we're going to go down and we're going to cut about, I think it's 1 1/4. Yeah, 1 1/4. Let's see, 1 1/4. Let me measure this again, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, we're going to cut 1 1/4 off. So we'll go ahead and cut that. And we'll go ahead and set this 1 1/4 off to the side. Now we're going to fold it and score it, and that's it. We don't need any more scoring or cutting. I think everything else I have pre-cut already. So we're going to use that, and here are the DSPs and all of the paper we're going to use. We're going to use this. I love this. This is such a fun pattern. It's like architect. It's got the graph paper look to it, and it's got just what you would call a black line, but it's actually an old and Night of Navy airplanes on it. And then the inside, what we're going to do is we're going to use this side. It's the Smoky Slate plaid that's on the back side of one of these. It's actually on the back side of the clouds. So we're going to use that there. And then the inside, we're going to have a 4 by 4 piece of Smoky Slate, and then a 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 square of basic white. And all of a sudden the fan's gone off, so it's not as noisy. So I might be talking a little loud. My husband was, he cleaned all the tile and the grout, and we are now sealing it. So we've had the fans going and windows open to get all that done. So let's go ahead and we're going to, instead of putting this together first, we're going to put all this aside. I've given you the measurements and the thing. And then we've got our two deckled circles, and they are the 4th smallest and the 3rd smallest in the circles. And that means they're about what size? Where's my ruler? These are about, just about 2 1/8 and 1 3/4. 2 1/8 to 1 3/4. The Night and Navy we're going to leave off to the side. The basic, not the basic gray, the Smoky Slate is what we're going to stamp on. And we're going to do a little embossing. So I'm going to grab my scratch paper and we're going to get the Versamark that I dropped earlier. Hold on a moment. All right, we're going to get the Versamark and we're going to use You're the Best from Happiest Day. We're going to do this and we're going to just go right in the center with our Versamark. And you can see it, Versamark, you can see it sort of, it's clear, but you can see where it put the stamp. It's a very thick and sticky ink. So now I'm going to just go ahead and pour a little bit of our embossing powder on it. Oh, I forgot to do my embossing buddy. Oh my goodness. Well, usually there's a little step in between all this that you do, but it looks like I'm not going to have too many problems. We're going to go ahead and put this back in. This is why I use this. There are some tools that you can use. There's a pan, but I just go ahead and use the paper. We'll put this off to the side. And let's see what we're going to do. Here's the embossing buddy. And usually what you would do is rub this on the paper and it gets rid of any oils or anything that would allow the embossing powder to stick to it other than the ink. And it allows everything else to not be stuck to it so that you don't have stray. Now it looks like I might have stray, and if you do have stray, you can always use a very small paintbrush to get rid of the extras. And see, there's a little extras on the edge here. So we're going to just wipe those off. Otherwise, we're going to have sparkles, little black sparkles. Now I'm going to use my tweezers and get out my heat gun. And let's get this heated up, and then we're going to emboss this. And what's really cool is it looks grainy right now. I'm not sure if you can see it. It looks a little bit on the grainy side. It's not focusing, but when I'm going to blow on this, and you'll see it rise and get all shiny. And then once that's happened to all of it, we know it's done. All right. Oh my goodness. That didn't take long at all. This is some of the best embossing powder. I love it. So we're going to leave that off to the side so it can cool down a little bit. And we are going to attach some ribbon. We've got some ribbon here. It's called the Frayed Grosgain ribbon. I believe this is an online exclusive. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember. But it's really pretty. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it the size. I might make it a little bit longer than my paper. And I'm going to grab my special ribbon scissors. I'm going to cut it. There we go. Because this way I can cut the edge off and it's exactly the length that I need. All right. And I'm going to attach it using, I'm going to flip it over and attach it using some of our tear and tape. So let's go ahead and we'll put it, and the tear tape is just wide enough it fits right down the middle between the frayed edges. It's perfect. All right. And we'll go ahead, and sometimes I like to burnish with my bone folder. down on that. And then we'll take the Take a Pick tool and lift the paper and the double-sided, and you can sort of see, I think, let's see, can you see the glare? Yeah, you can see the glare from the tape that's on there. So now, once you put this down, just an idea, you can use glue, Tombow glue, the green glue, but once you put this down, it always happens. When I need it the most, I can't find it. Where's my silicone mat? You know what? We're going to push this up, this paper up a little bit so that I can, here, because once the tear and tape touches, it sticks good. It doesn't come off. So we're going to do that because it lifts very easily from silicone mats. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to use my special scissors. I have some, I guess they're non-stick titanium to cut, and that way I don't get the stickiness on my really good paper snips. So we'll go ahead and cut this side. And there we go. We've got our white ribbon. And we're going to go ahead and attach, let's go ahead and attach this to the front of our card. And I'm going to open up my card so I can see the score line. And that way I can center it in the square. So let's go ahead and ribbon our glue. All right. All right. Put a little bit there. So Joan, how's it looking up in Washington? Are you guys having some good weather, or is it a little bit rainy? Because it looks like we're getting some of our cool weather is because there's something coming down out of the Gulf of Alaska. So I'm not sure if it's hitting you guys as well, or how it is up in Washington right now. So we got to glue that down. And let's go ahead and do the inside as well. We're going to glue this one. First, we're going to do this. We're going to glue our DSP, our plaid. We're going to close this so we can see where our tab is. And we're going to go ahead and glue this so that there is, so it's even with our square. And this is a 4x4 inch square. And we're going to do it so there's an even spacing all the way around. All right. And then we're going to attach the inside. But first, whoop, looks like there's a little something on there. We're going to go ahead and attach our white piece and center it. It's 3.5 by 3.5. And we'll center it in our 4x4 Smokey Slate square. And then we're going to go and put this here. After we finish here, I'm probably going to go for a walk because I didn't get a chance to go for a walk today. And the weather is so nice and cool. I might just go out and walk quick, couple trips, a couple times around the corner or something. I don't know. See if I can talk my daughter into going with me. We'll see. So there's our card. On the inside, we're not going to put anything on the inside. We're going to leave that for people to write in. And then this we're going to go ahead and glue straight down. And we're going to just sort of set it right up here, off center a little bit. And then we're going to use a piece of, let's see if I have a smaller one. A piece of foam adhesive. No, nothing small. So let's go ahead and grab our, oops, the scissors I like to use for that. All right. And we'll cut a smaller square so it fits right. Is that just, yep, it just fits perfectly. So we're going to go ahead and put our foam adhesive. If Tammy's here, she'd be like team foam adhesive, hashtag team foam adhesive. And we're going to just sort of put it so it pops up a little bit right there. And now we're going to embellish the rest of the card with our basic gray dots. Now, this set does come with its own embellishments that look like little rivets, I believe. Let's see. I believe they're rivets. Yeah, they look a little bit like rivets, you can see. I don't, the industrial trinkets, I don't know if those are, I don't think they're self-adhesive, which means you would need glue, and the multi-purpose glue or glue dots, or there's even a fine tip glue that would work well for attaching those. But I like my dots, and I like everything to be self-adhesive because I don't want to mess with doing that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put a couple of our basic gray. I'm going to put there, and there, and put a smaller one there. We'll do a small one there, and then let's see, what did I have on the other one? I only did 3 on the other one, but oh well. Now we're going to use 3 big ones, and we're going to center them and space them out. Let's go ahead and do one right there. And sometimes it's easy when you're spacing things out to put the 2 outer ones, if there's going to only be 3, to put the 2 outer ones in, and then you can split it right down the middle so that you have an even spacing. So there is card number 2 of our 2-card, double card Fun Friday afternoon using Take to the Sky DSP. I'll bring them back. I'll bring back the other one, and I'd love to know which one is your favorite. You can leave a comment if you're watching the replay, or just go ahead and let me know now. So here's our first one, and this was our fun fold. That it was the 4-fold hinge fun fold that we did, and this one is a card where we just cut a little edge off and we embellished it, and we used our Take to the Sky DSP. I'd love to know which one's your favorite. To be perfectly honest, I love this one for the whimsy of it, but I really like this one because it's a little bit easier. You know what? I think I'm going to move this, and you can, if you don't have them very long, if it hasn't been stuck too long, you can move it a little bit. So I don't know. Let's see. Yep, there we go. I just like that a little bit more. Anyway, so let me know which one you like. If you like our fun fold or if you like our standard card, leave me a message or leave me a note in the comments, and I appreciate you joining. You can find more information at my blog, and I used to have a piece of paper that had my blog information on it. Oh, there it is. You can find more here at my blog, www.stampinwithjen.com. Stampin has 2 N's and Jen has 2 N's. And if you go to my blog, there's also a tab where you can register. I believe there's a tab there to register for newsletters. And if you are interested in a catalog, we have our new catalog for the holiday. It's our September to December mini catalog. It's got a lot of fabulous holiday and winter items in it. And those will be, that actually will be available to the public on September 4th, which is about a week and a half away. So if you don't have a demonstrator you're working with right now, I would love to help you out and help you find what you need to create Christmas cards and other cards for the upcoming holidays. Just reach out to me here at www.stampinwithjen.com. If you're watching my replay on my YouTube channel and you love what you've seen and you like what I do, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you hit subscribe, I believe it will notify you every time I go live. I don't go live usually on YouTube, but it will let you know. I think it'll let you know. I'm still new to YouTube. But I do go and put new videos on my YouTube channel, usually twice a week, on Wednesdays after my Teach It Tuesdays with Tammy and Jennie that we do Tuesday morning and Tuesday afternoon. And then on Saturdays, I put a new one on there after my Fun Fridays. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great weekend, and I hope to see you guys next week. Next week will be mystery stamping because it is our fourth Friday or the last Friday of the month, and I usually do mystery stamping, so watch the Facebook page, and I will have all the information you need so that you can craft along with me next Friday. Thanks a lot, and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.